misunderstood guys who were able to come up with how much money? How much was the bail? $75,000 and $150,000, respectively. So that's either $175,000. Oh, I'm sorry, $225,000, or it's $22,000, something like that, because it's 10% or something. I don't think I could raise $22,000 if I needed to right now. So we got redneck killers with access to loot. Because as bad as people as they are, as horrible as individuals that they are on the inside, somewhere they make money. It's profitable for them. And what I want you to let you sink into your mind here for a second is that these people have jobs or businesses, they're a part of their communities, and they are racist as fuck. So when I talk about racism, I talk about people's mentality. Remember that the people that I'm talking about exist. We know they exist. And guess what? They're in businesses. They are school teachers and doctors and lawyers and managers and companies. They're HR department heads. These people walk among us. And you know who they have control over or they have authority over? People that look like me, Johnson. And see how they think about us? Now, I don't know how many black people, these white people, that white people deal with on a daily basis that have authority or positions over them in society that can fuck your life up. Okay? I'm not talking about criminal shit. I'm talking about while they're doing their jobs. I wonder how they treat black people when they have to deal with them professionally. You know, job applicants. Loan applicants. Someone trying to get enrolled in college. I wonder how they treat black people, generally speaking. Because we know how he treated this 24-year-old Demontario Gibson. Like he was that, a young man. This dad has a son. His son's name is Brandon. But he did not see Demontario like he saw his son. No. There's a big difference, isn't there? I wonder what that difference is, Johnson. I'm going to be keeping my eye on this case. That's what I do. I keep my eye on cases. The charges need to be accelerated and raised. Obviously. And now that it has publicity, because people are talking about it, it probably will. In fact, I know it will. But see how the system works? If they could keep it quiet. So when we talk about sometimes people say to black, what good is talking about shit? It's important to talk about shit because that leads to publicity, which leads to pressure. People do all types of shit to you if they can do so discreetly. But it's when it gets publicized that it becomes a real problem. All right. Go to jail, Johnson. Go to jail. Go to goddamn jail. All right, Johnson. Crack pipes. I thought this was hilarious. Now, there's something going on Fox News and the other right-wing rags about Joe Biden's administration handing out crack pipes. It's the thing. This is the thing they're talking about. Crack pipes. Joe Biden's crack pipes. First, I thought they were talking about Hunter Biden. Hunter Biden. It was funny. I was talking to a friend of mine, Rob. Iron Man Oz. We were talking about how Joe Biden used the N-word. And he was talking about he didn't want his son to grow up in a racial jungle. You know. This was Biden back in the 90s. Talking about black people, you know, say what he really felt about black people. Not like now, when he pretends to be all docile and nice guy. Doing that fucking shit-eating grin. Bullshit. But back then, back in the day, he said he didn't want his son around the blacks. He didn't want them growing up in, integrated schools. He wanted schools separate. He didn't want his kid growing up in a concrete jungle. Sucks to be you. Your son still ended up being a crackhead, didn't he? Hunter's been on every drug imaginable. It's just funny. It really doesn't have much to do with the story other than Hunter Biden uses crack. Crack! Okay. So anyway, it's hilariously tied into this story. I guess you could say that. Because the Biden administration's they've been alleging that the Biden administration will be handing out crack pipes to drug addicts. This is not true. But they will be handing out hypodermic needles to save lives. To save lives. So yes, I'm dumping on the Democrats. I'm dumping on Biden and Hunter Biden as well. But I want to also dump on the Republicans. Yeah, I want to do something that people in my ilk don't usually do. I want to talk about the Republicans because they suck too. They suck too. And if you are dumb enough to think they don't, you don't know enough about the Republicans. So why are the Republicans say the Democrats are handing out crack pipes if they're not handing out crack pipes? If they're handing out hypodermic needles for heroin addicts? I wonder why they would say crack. Oh, because crack is associated with the blacks. And since the blacks vote Democrat, it's a good sell for the bigoted conservatives or whatever white people that watch their shit. That's why. We're not going to be delusional, act like you don't know what I'm talking about, right? But we all know whites and blacks use drugs is about the same clip. We know that. In fact, white people use drugs more often. It's just cops don't pull over white people. They pull over black people most of the time. Because that's who they like to prosecute. It's not that blacks use drugs more often than white people. It's just that cops pull us over more. Get it? These are all numbers and facts. It's just what it is. Someone like Candace Owens, who's a scumbag piece of shit, she'll tell you blacks commit more crime. We commit more crime only because we get charged more. We don't commit more crime, we get charged more, dummy. Because we get pulled over more. We also get more drugs planted on us. More. And you're a piece of shit. More. Back to the story. So, no, the Biden administration is not handing out crack pipes. Though, I see no reason why they shouldn't. They should. Because you know what? In most developed countries, they don't want their citizens to die. Yeah, they don't want their citizens to die. If someone has an illness or a sickness, which is what an addiction is, something that needs to be treated, very few people become addicted to drugs because they wanted to. Now, it was accidental. They didn't know they would get addicted. That's the last thing that was on their mind when they started doing that shit. Same thing with, you with pizza, or chocolate, or coffee, or sex, or The Walking Dead, or The Wire, or Power. So they give out paraphernalia because it's an attempt to save lives. Other countries do this. This is not radical. This is not kooky. This is not flat earth shit. This is regular. This is like, hey, people are doing this. We could pretend they shouldn't do it or that they won't do it even though they're going to do this. We should try to help them. Until we can help them, let's not let them die. Let's try to keep them alive. And the real reason why they do that is because in most of those countries, the people that are doing it are the same people of the same race. So how can I put this? The problem is America has black people. And the fact that America has black people, America's willing to let some black people, let white people die, some white people die, if they think they can kill off a lot of black people. I know it sounds fucked up, and I know you don't want to believe it. It's just what it is. Yeah, the fact that America has different types of people, it's fine if some white people die, if it means more black people get to die. This is what America is. It's always been this way. Sorry you just found out. Yeah, no one talks about it a lot. Like, real talk. America's always wanted health care. This idea of universal health care is not a new thing. It didn't start with Bernie Sanders in 2016. Universal health care is something they've been talking about for over 100 years in this country. They almost had it back in like 1920. The problem is the whites didn't want the blacks to get it. I know, it's crazy, right? So they were like, nah, if everybody gets it, blacks are going to get it too because they're people too. Shit. Yeah, same thing happened with the vote, the right to vote. White women were willing not to have the right to vote because they knew if they got the right to vote, black people would get the right to vote. They were really pissed about it. They were willing not to get the right to vote because they figured they could tell their husbands how to vote. Don't let blacks vote. That's crazy talk. The more you know. The more you know. See, now you are equipped to go out in the world and be as mad as me. And stop asking me why I yell. Because I know stuff. You don't yell because you watch shows and don't know shit. And listen to liars like Larry Elder and Bill Maher. Glenn Beck. Oh, God. Like, there will be no federal funding for crack pipes. This is so spineless. Fuck them. Why you have to explain? Put whatever in the fucking emergency kit, whatever. Put everything in the emergency kit. Democrats are fucking spineless. You think if Donald Trump wanted to put crack pipes in his package, he wouldn't put them in there? He'd be worried about people saying crack pipes? No, he'd tell them to go fuck themselves. He's an asshole. Especially if you can make a buck off of it, get a kickback off of it, because he's corrupt as hell. Yeah, he is. Okay, so anyway, they got a program by Health and Human Services. It's a new grant program geared towards substance abuse and overdose protection that would include funding for harm reduction strategies, such as safe smoking kits and supplies. So just want to keep people alive, that's it. Don't want you catching diseases. It's meant to support community-based overdose prevention programs, syringe service programs, and other harm reduction services. But no federal funds will be spent on crack pipes going into the packages. Silly, right? Silly, fucking silly. I say put them in there. Look, no one decides to smoke crack. No one's going like, ooh, they're giving out crack pipes. I don't smoke crack. But maybe I should start because they're giving out free pipes. It's fucking stupid. That what you think? You think people are going to start doing drugs so they can get a kit? Or do you think people that already do drugs might get the kit? I think some people won't even get it because they're afraid they're going to get locked up because they don't trust their government to actually help them without fucking them over. Because that's what our government does. You know, that's what we do. So, now I don't think that's a risk. It's not a risk that people are going to take up a horrible habit just because they have access to emergency kits. No one, you know, all right, I'm going to leave it there. There's other examples. I'll leave it there. This is your country. This is what we have. My goal is to wake you up so you realize what it is. It is what it is. I don't want it to be this way. I don't like being right about this stuff. I don't like knowing this stuff. But I know this stuff. Now you have to know it. Sorry, that's how it works. You got to know shit I know. Call my show, you tell me shit you know. And then guess what? Then I know shit you know too. And we both know some stuff. So we share that information. Because these people, all they know is what they see on the stupid TV. All they know is what Rachel Maddow told them. Or what fucking Tucker Carlson told them. They don't know the real shit. Okay? And they only tell what their donors or what their bosses say they can tell. Get what I'm saying? So it's up to us, the real resistance, not that bullshit, the real resistance, to speak truth to power. That's our job. That's our job. Let's do our job. You ain't gotta like it. I don't even, you gotta accept reality, okay? Just accept it.